Hi class, today we're going to learn about histograms. Histograms are similar to bar graphs. They show the frequency of a data within equal intervals. Remember, frequency means how often something occurs, and there's no space in between the bars. Okay, so here's an example of a histogram. So histograms. The x-axis has a range of numbers. Typically, the x-axis in a bar graph are categories. So here are two examples. The bars are always touching in histograms and they are not in bar graphs. That is the key difference. Okay? Histograms also always have frequency on the y-axis. Bar graphs do not always have frequency. All right, we're going to create a histogram of the number of hours of students that watch TV in 1 week. It already gave us the intervals, so 1 to 3 hours of TV, 4 to 6, 7 to 9. Okay, I filled this in ahead of time to just save us some time in the video. So 1 to 3 hours of TV. I'm going to look at this here. So 2 students watch 1 hour of TV, so 2, plus 4 students watch 2 hours of TV, and 9 students watch 3 hours of TV. So I would add them all together, and I get 15. And typically I don't put 2 plus 4 plus 9 here, but I wanted you to see where I got the numbers from. Then 4 through 6. So 4 through 6 hours, I have 6 plus 8 students plus 3 more to give me a total of 17 students that watch TV between 4 and 6 hours a week. And then the last one, 7 to 9, so that's 9 plus 3 plus 5. So again, 17 students watch between 7 and 9 hours of TV a week. That's a lot of TV. All right. Next, you're going to create your histogram. You have to write your x-axis and your y-axis. Y is always frequency, how often it occurs. So this is, in this case, it's talking about how many students. Your x-axis in this case is number of hours of TV watched. Remember, these are ranges of numbers which were given. And then you just have to create your bars. They do have to be the same width, so I tried my best to create the same width bars. So I went up to 15 because 15 students watch between 1 to 3 hours of TV. 17 students watch between 4 and 6, and 17 students watch between 7 and 9. So we're going to create a histogram together. If you'd like, you can go ahead and take out a piece of paper and do this with me. Sorry, this was not supposed to be on here. We're going to create a histogram on test grades in math. So these are all the test grades that you guys received on a test. They are fake. You guys did not really receive these grades. But let's say that you received these grades in math class, and we're going to create a histogram on them. It tells us in the directions that it wants us to use interval size 10 starting at 0. So I went ahead and I filled that in for the x-axis. My intervals 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, so on and so forth. So these test scores are 0 to 10, not including 10. 10 to 20, not including 20. 20 to 30, not including 30, so on and so forth. And I'm going to show you what I mean in a minute. Let's first go ahead and take the data and create a frequency table out of it. So 11 is going to go in the interval of 10 to 20. 29 is going to go between 20 and 30. 46 is between 40 and 50. 84 is 80 to 90. 32 is 30 to 40. 63 is 60 to 70. 42 is 40 to 50. 9 is going to be in between 0 and 10. 63 is between 60 and 70. 82 is between 80 and 90. 91 is between 90 and 100. All right, now we have 10. So my question is, where does 10 go? Is 10 going to go from 0 to 10? Is 10 going to go between 10 and 20? And would 10 go in both? I'm going to tell you 10 will not go in both, okay? This is 0 to 10, not including 10. So 10 has to go in between 10 and 20, okay? So be very careful. These can be tricky. Many students accidentally put it in the wrong column or they put it in both. 40 is another one of those tricky ones. It's not going to go between 30 and 40. This is 30 to 40, not including 40. So it's going to go from 40 to 50. Okay. And then 89 will go from 80 to 90. 85 will also go from 80 to 90. Then I have 75, 72, 64. All right, 60. Where will that go? Okay, 60. 50 to 60, not including 60. So 60 to 70 is where that 60 will go. 85 will go between 80 and 90, and I'm on my fifth one. So typically we put a slash this way, and then 13 is my last number. All right, so now I have to determine what I'm going to count my y-axis up to. I already know my x-axis. It's going to go from 0 to 100. Those are the grades in math, okay? Frequency is how often something occurs. Now, the most often something occurs is 5 times. So I actually only need this to go up to 5. So I have 10 lines here. So that means that I can actually skip lines. So 0, I'll put 1. So that means each line would actually represent 0.5. 2, 3, 4, and my last number, 5. So you always have to look at your greatest frequency and make sure that your graph at least goes up to the greatest. And you want it to take up almost the entire graph, so it's not tiny and your graph's not like all the way down here. All right? Okay, now we are going to create our bars. They're going to be equal length, equal width. Okay, I'm just going to do all black to make it a little easier. Actually, I'll do outline black. All right, 0 to 10, there's going to be 1. So 10 to 20, there's 3. So I have to go up to 3 and over. Then 20 to 30 is 1. 30 to 40 is 1. Try my best, guys. These boxes are kind of hard to make. Right, 40 to 50, that's 3. So it has to go up to 3. Okay. 50 to 60, there aren't any, so you actually leave it blank because it is going to represent 0. I know that I said that they do have to touch, but that's for the intervals. You cannot leave this interval out because it does have to, the x-axis intervals have to be the same. Okay, so that'll just represent 0. Then from 60 to 70, there will be 4 out here. Okay, just move that over a little. Then 2 from 70 to 80. 5 between 80 and 90. And 1 between 90 and 100. Right? And then histograms are nice because they're easy to see the mode, so that most often something occurs. That's between 80 and 90. Okay? The mode is the greatest measure of central tendency to use for histograms. You can also easily count how many students were represented in this graph, right? There's 1 here, plus 3 more, plus 1, plus 1, plus 3, plus 4, plus 2, plus 5, plus 1. So if I want to know how many students were in the survey, you could just add up all the bars. So those are the 2 things that are great. What you're going to do now is you're going to head back to Schoology and go ahead and complete your assignment on histograms. I hope you guys are doing well and staying safe and healthy. Have a good day.